Have you ever stood on a platform, feeling the rumble of an approaching train, and wondered how this incredible machine came to be? It's a story of steam, steel, and human ingenuity that completely reshaped our world. Today, we're going to journey back in time to uncover the fascinating history of the train. So, grab your ticket, and let's get rolling. Our story doesn't start with a massive steam locomotive, but with something much simpler. Wooden wagons on tracks in mines. As early as the 16th century in Germany, miners realized that wagons were much easier to push and pull on wooden rails. They called these wagonways. It was a basic concept, but it was revolutionary. It reduced friction, allowing a single person or horse to move much heavier loads of coal or out of the mines. These early tracks were literally just wooden planks laid on the ground, but they were the seed from which the entire railway system would grow. Over the next couple of centuries, this idea spread across Europe's mining districts. Iron eventually replaced the wooden rails, making them more durable and able to support even heavier loads. But the power source was still the same. Good old-fashioned muscle, either human or horse. The rail game changer was just around the corner, and it involved harnessing the power of steam. The late 18th century was the age of the steam engine. Innovators like James Watt had perfected stationary steam engines that were powering the Industrial Revolution in factories. But the big question was, could you put one of these powerful engines on wheels and make it move? Many people tried, and many failed. The engines were massive, heavy, and inefficient. Then came a brilliant Cornish engineer named Richard Trevithick. He believed it was possible. In 1804, he built a pen-wide iron locomotive on February 21st. It successfully hauled 10 tons of iron and 70 men over nearly 10 miles of track in Wales. This was it, the world's first ever steam locomotive journey. It was a monumental achievement, but the locomotive was so heavy it kept breaking the cast iron rails of the time. Trevithick's invention was ahead of its time, and it didn't catch on commercially. But he had proven the concept, he had lit the spark. For the next couple of decades, engineers tinkered with locomotive designs. One of the most significant figures to emerge was George Stephenson, often called the father of railways. Stephenson wasn't just an inventor. He was a master engineer who understood the entire system. He improved both the engine and the track. His big moment came in 1825 with the opening of the Stockton and Darlington Railway in northern England. It was the first public railway in the world to use steam locomotives to transport both goods and passengers. His locomotive, aptly named Locomotion No. 1, pulled the inaugural train, and the world watched in awe. But the real breakthrough that cemented the locomotive's future was the Rainhill trials in 1829. The directors of the upcoming Liverpool and Manchester Railway held a competition to find the best locomotive for their line. It was a public spectacle, a showdown of engineering prowess. 5 engines entered, but the star of the show was a locomotive built by George and his son, Robert Stephenson. It was the rocket, with its innovative multi-tube boiler. It was faster, more powerful, and more reliable than anything seen before. It reached a then unheard of speed of 30 miles per hour. The rocket's victory was decisive. It proved that steam locomotion was not just viable, but the future of transport. The 1830s and 40s saw a period of explosive growth known as railway mania, especially in Britain. It was like the dot-com bubble of the 19th century. Everyone was investing in railway companies. Lines were being built at a frantic pace, connecting cities and towns like never before. This new network had a profound impact on society. For the first time, people could travel long distances quickly and affordably. A journey that once took days by stagecoach could now be done in a matter of hours. Fresh food from the countryside could be delivered to city markets daily. Newspapers and mail could be distributed nationwide overnight, creating a more informed and connected population. It truly was the beginning of the modern, fast-paced world. The railway revolution quickly spread from Britain to the rest of the world. In the United States, trains became the key to westward expansion. Building the Transcontinental Railroad was one of the greatest engineering feats of the 19th century. Completed in 1869, it linked the eastern and western coasts, effectively uniting the country, opening up vast territories for settlement and boosting trade. It was a brutal, monumental task, built by thousands of workers, but it transformed the nation. Similarly, in countries like Russia with its Trans-Siberian Railway and across the British Empire in places like India, Railways were tools of connection, commerce, and control. Each country developed its own unique locomotive designs, adapted to its specific geography and needs. From massive engines designed to haul freight over mountains to sleek passenger trains built for speed, the late 19th and early 20th centuries were the golden age of steam. Locomotives became larger, faster, and more powerful. Names like the Flying Scotsman in the UK and the 20th Century Limited in the US became synonymous with luxury, speed, and glamour. These were more than just trains. They were 5-star hotels on wheels, with elegant dining cars, comfortable sleeper cabins, and impeccable service. Competing railway companies vied to set new speed records, pushing the boundaries of engineering. In 1938, the British Millard locomotive set the world speed record for a steam train at an incredible 126 miles per hour record that still stands to this day. It was the peak of steam technology, but even as steam reached its zenith, a new challenger was emerging: diesel and electric power. Electric trains first appeared in the late 19th century, ideal for urban transit systems like subways because they produced no smoke. Diesel-electric locomotives, developed in the early 20th century, offered a major advantage over steam. They were more efficient, required less maintenance, could run for longer periods without refueling, and were cleaner. After World War II, railways around the world began a massive transition from steam to diesel and electric. It was the end of an era. The iconic sights and sounds of the steam locomotive, the chuffing, the whistle, the clouds of steam began to fade from the mainline railways, replaced by the hum of electric motors and the roar of diesel engines. The story, of course, doesn't end there. In the second half of the 20th century, the focus shifted to high-speed rail. Japan led the way with the Shinkansen, or bullet train, which debuted in 1964 for the Tokyo Olympics. Capable of speeds over 130 miles per hour, it was a marvel of modern engineering, known for its punctuality, safety, and comfort. It sparked a new railway race. Countries in Europe, like France with its TGV and Germany with its ICE, developed their own high-speed networks, pushing speeds ever higher. Today, magnetic levitation, or maglev, trains are taking it a step further. These trains don't even have wheels. They float above the track using powerful magnets, allowing for incredibly fast and smooth travel. The Shanghai maglev can reach a staggering 267 miles per hour. From simple wooden wagonways in German mines to magnetic levitation trains floating on air, the history of the train is a remarkable story of human innovation. It's a journey that has connected continents, built nations, and transformed the very fabric of our society. The next time you see a train, remember the centuries of brilliant minds and hard work that went into creating that incredible machine. It's so much more than just a mode of transport. It's a living piece of our history. Thanks for joining me on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories. See you on the next one.